Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good? Ladies and gentlemen, of course you know who I be. Good Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You should already know right now what this one is bound and potentially going to be. But again, if this is your first time to the Dr. Mike TV channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you notify. All of the good stuff shall be listed in the link in the description area below. Official time check, ladies and gentlemen, a little after 9 p.m. over here on the East Coast, which makes it about 8 p.m. Central, which makes it roughly about 6 p.m. for everybody repping that West Coast. And of course, 10 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. Wherever you guys are reporting in the world today, maraming salamat sa lahat. And thank you guys for joining the Good Doc on tonight's live stream or podcast, however you deem fit to pronounce it. Gentlemen, I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my day. Okay. I've seen a lot of crazy things and I've heard a lot of crazy stuff. And as a first time foreigner to the Philippines, I understand the feeling that guys get, right? You're excited, you're about to embark on something new. You probably watched some of my videos, hint, hint, winkety wink, make sure you drop a like, or you've watched other Philippine YouTubers and vloggers and shit. And all of a sudden, you are completely turned on to the idea of coming to the country, right? You're amped up, you're excited, man. You step off the plane, you got this girl looking at you. You got that girl looking at you. Oh, hello, Mr. Foreigner Man. Hey, Joe. Hello, Joe. You know how it goes. You're excited, right? Because everybody's now all of a sudden giving you a little bit of attention, right? So you start to feel yourself a little bit. You start to, feel all warm and fuzzy inside like you swallowed a kitten or some shit. You in the zone. You are feeling yourself. You are feeling yourself to the point where your shit don't stink, right? Then you start developing what I've known to be the 2 week millionaire mentality. And this is for my short time visitors. If you're not familiar with what the 2 week millionaire mentality is, basically, you know that your time is limited in the country. So basically, you live life as if you have no limits. You live your life as if your money is endless. And within a 2 week period of time, chances are your money is going to feel as if it is limited, right? So you feeling yourself, like I said, like your shit don't stink. As a matter of fact, you are pretty much living that rock star lifestyle. That is what you're feeling inside. You're feeling like you are on cloud nine. You are feeling like you are invincible. And you're feeling as if you can knock down every single Filipina that you meet, right? Every girl that you've talked to has said yes to you. Every girl you've talked to, you've been able to bed or whatever capacity, whatever you're looking to get. So you're excited, right? You're super, super excited. So what do you do, ladies and gentlemen? What is the first thing that you do when you realize that you are the rock star in the Philippines? You jump on Facebook Live and you go crazy. So this is where the story begins, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the particular story I'm about to share with you guys today begins. So I don't know what it is, but I guess the way my Facebook is set up, anything Philippines related, keywords or whatever that people are using in lives or whatnot, I usually get notifications for it on Facebook, right? The thing about Facebook is those lives normally don't last very long or people don't keep them up very long. So I'm unable to get the video that I'm talking about, but I'll basically give you the gist of what that particular video was about. If you like this one, make sure you drop a like because shit is about to get a little funny at this point. So I was listening to this guy, right? Typical 2 week millionaire status, typical I gotta brag and share my conquest with everybody type of dude. So my man was sitting having a live show and he had this Filipina next to him. This Filipina spoke no English at all. Baby girl, I'm not talking about you, whoever you are. I love you. You'll never know who I am. You'll never know I'm speaking about you because I'll never dime you out. But the girl that sat next to him had pure messed up English. I mean, if she spoke English at all, she was hiding it very well because all she did was nod her head yes and no. And like the English was super, super broken, right? So my man was on the live show. He was like, yeah, man, Ever since I touched down in the Philippines, bro, man, I be getting all these girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? My lifestyle over here is balling. I mean, these bitches can't tell me shit. I'm getting all the girls and shit, right? This is what he's saying. But for some reason, what he's saying didn't match his actions, right? So I'm listening to him brag and stuff, and even me, I commented. I was like, how long have you been in the Philippines, man? How long have you been doing? Like, you doing good? Like, I commented because I wanted to see, how long he's been there and stuff like that. He's like, yeah. He was like, what's up, Dr. Mike? Because of course that's my name on Facebook too. He was like, yeah, I don't think he knew about my channel, which is cool. He was like, yeah, man, what's up? He's like, yeah, bro. He's like, I've been in the Philippines for about 3 weeks now. So I started laughing, right? I started laughing. And what really made me feel as though this man right here was lying through his fucking teeth. What made me feel like he was lying? Again, I don't know, but you got to understand, man. Some people have a tendency to embellish a little bit, to make themselves look as though they are better than they are, to make themselves feel as if they are better than they are. So what they'll do is they'll lie to their audience dead ass, right? So somebody in the chat asked, yo, man, you've been there for 3 weeks, man. How many girls have you slept with? Right? They were saying, how many girls you slept with, bro? You know what I'm saying? You've been there for what, 3 weeks now? So I guess in total that would have been what, 7 times 3, 21 days, give or take. We'll say 20, 21 days in the country, right? He's like, shit, man, since I've been here, bro. He said, yo, man, I sleep with like 2 or 3 girls a day. Right. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, that's not too embellished. I mean, it's easy for you to sleep with 2 to 3 girls a day in the Philippines in the 21-day period. You can have one when you wake up in the morning and one when you go to bed at night. I said, I kind of felt like that was fair. I mean, it didn't seem like he was embellishing too much. But then what caught me off guard was when they asked old buddy what his body count was. This motherfucker said 1,000. I said, time out. I said, time out. Rewind. Back up. You trying to tell me that your body count went from 2 a day for 21 days or 22 days? So that's like what? We'll say 42. Wait a minute. It wasn't 1,000. I think it was probably like 100 or some shit like that. Something to that effect. Right? I said in 3 weeks, my man, you slept with 100 girls, right? So I'm like, okay. Okay. So you slept with 100 girls. I said, I guess that's plausible, right? But then he was like, and then somebody was asking him, he was like, yo, bro, did you pay for it? And I was waiting for him to answer the question, but he paused real quick. He was like, man, he was like, well, nah, man, I really didn't pay for it, man. They all came to me. Like, they all came to me and they all wanted this shit. I said, right there, gents, is exactly the type of bullshit that prepares and sets up other guys for failure. You're going to sit here and lie to an audience that says that you've been over 100 women in about 3 weeks in the Philippines. And you're going to have every guy in the world that is listening to you at that particular moment in time believing that they're actually going to be able to bed the exact same women and not expect to have to pay because you're over here telling them that you really didn't have to come out of pocket for it. Then I had to call Cap. Like, I had to call Cap on everything. I'm like, my man, I understand the foreigner rock star lifestyle. We've all been through it. We've all felt it. Anybody that I've talked to have all been through that particular stage in their life if they've ever visited the Philippines at all. We've all been there. We have all been in that moment where we felt like there was no way in this world that I was going to get turned down. I can remember specifically my own story, bro. I can tell you right now, when I first touched down in the Philippines, bro, I was 3 for 3. I shit you not. I was 3 for 3. 3 for 3, my dude. Three I talked to, three. You feel me? I thought I could not do no wrong, bro. I thought that my game was on point. I thought that everything was good. Then girl number 4 came. That was Isa, Dalawa, Tatlo, Apat. Number 4 came, right? And so I'm thinking, bro, I could run the exact same game, man. Let's see how this plays out, right? So Doc's feeling himself, right? You couldn't tell me shit about me. My shit didn't stink, bro. Rockstar lifestyle, on point all day, every day, party like a rock star. You feel me? So I text her up. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to see you. Let's do a little something, something. That bitch ghosted me. She ghosted me. Like, she ghosted me. She didn't say shit to me after that. And you have to imagine when you 3 for 3, ladies and gentlemen, when you go tree for tree, tray for tray, 3 for 3. Number 4, you're not expecting number 4 to flake, right? But she never texted me back at all. She ghosted me. Now, I want you to imagine this is 18, 19 years of age. I'm being ghosted. This was probably even before the term ghosting was even a thing. She just stopped. She didn't text me anymore. After I told her what I was trying to do, she did not text me anymore. So I'm thinking, oh shit, like what's going on? So I'm messaging and I'm messaging and I'm messaging. I wouldn't say it was simp like behavior, but it was to the point where at least I wanted to know if she was cool with it or not. But I asked the question and I got no answer. So I didn't get a yes and I did not get a no. Right? She didn't say yes, but she damn sure didn't say no. So I'm sitting here freaking out, like, bro, am I gonna get it? Am I not gonna get it? Is it cool? Is it not cool? Does she want the dick? Does she not? Bro, I'm flipping this in my mind a million different ways. Never got a message back until this day, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know. But basically, what I learned over time is if you're not hearing anything, if mum's the word and it's silence, chances are she probably don't want it. But sometimes girls lose their phones or phones get messed up or SIM cards or something gets stolen in the Philippines all the time. So something to that effect could have happened. Maybe she was gay, maybe she was not. But I say all that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, you might be rocking and living that rock star lifestyle or feeling like you live in that rock star lifestyle in the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, but you can still get told no. I had a girl tell me flat out, no. I can't believe you would ask me that. She's like, I ain't fucking with you like that. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're indifferent. Some girls will not rock with you like that. Some girls will look at you like you done lost your mind, thinking you gonna approach her with some weak ass shit, and you think baby girl gonna sit there and just give up the draws just because you're a foreigner. It's not gonna happen that way all the time. I know. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. It's amazing and it's impossible to believe that a woman in a third world country would turn down me, the guy from the first world country. The audacity, the blasphemy that this woman would, in her right mind, turn down this. But they do. Some girls just don't want it like that. Now, on the other end, on the opposite end, I've looked at a lot of very attractive Filipino women, and I look at the dudes that they're with, and I said, there's just no way in this world that is for anything, any other reason other than the fact that you just in it for the money. Because that dude are like shit. I'm not one to judge. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm not one to judge anybody on their looks because your boy ain't got it all his damn self. But let me tell you this. Sometimes you can look at a girl and who she's with, and you can be like, it's got to be a money grab there. There's just no way in this world. There's just no way in this world. No way in this world that she said yes willingly. Not saying that it's forced, but it's very rare that you come across situations where you see, excuse me, some of the foreigners that these girls end up with, and believe that she has any other idea that this shit is for real. Okay, it's just not okay. And I want you guys to understand this because a lot of guys don't understand that Filipinos will tell you no. Filipinos will tell you no. Pedro, man, appreciate the love, my brother. Appreciate the love. Yo, you got to understand, man. Filipinos will tell you no. And they'll say no willingly. They'll ghost you. They won't fuck with you. Or they'll basically tell you to your face, how dare you? Don't talk to me like that. I believe that I have a newfound respect for Filipinos who do say no. Right? I understand that I'm not going to be every girl's cup of tea. I've gotten to the point where leading with the wallet is a horrible idea, and I try to explain that to foreigners, but I can't expect everybody not to do that. But I know that I'm gonna hear no probably more times than not. And the reason that is because you're gonna have some females that are not okay with the idea of rocking with you like that. But I do believe in honesty. I got a video coming out about that real soon. But like I was saying, man, some people embellish the truth a lot. And I'm not a big fan of that. right? Granted, I went 3 out of 3 and 3 for 4 on my first batch when I really started doing this thing. That was amazing. But I will say this, the reason that I think that I was the most successful is because my energy was focused into one female at a time at this time. So you have me focusing a lot of my energy and efforts on one particular young lady at a time, as opposed to spreading myself thin trying to deal with 5 girls, which I do believe led to a 3 out of 4. Like you said, that's not a bad percentage. It's actually pretty damn good. But like I said, when you go 3 for 3, you start to get cocky. That's the best thing I can tell you guys. When you go 3 for 3, you really start to get cocky and you really start to feel yourself and you really start to think that your shit don't stink. And that's okay. I think that confidence is something we all need. I kind of feel like that does build up character and confidence. But you cannot be afraid, or you cannot believe that just because you go 3 for 3 that you're gonna do 4 for 4. You're not gonna be able to convince me otherwise, that they're literally going to tell you yes every single time you ask. That rock star lifestyle is a beautiful thing. It makes you feel a certain kind of way. I know it exists. I believe every guy who's ever been to the Philippines has been through it. Okay. Every girl that I've known that has been in the country long enough has gone through that feeling of they're invincible, man, and every girl wants them. And you're supposed to feel that way. But please don't get mad. Don't be shocked. Do not be appalled. If that young lady says, no, thank you, if she says no, thank you, I think I respect her more for telling me no than trying to drag me out to see what she can get from me. All right, I'll tell you the truth. I We talk about preferences, we talk about what women want or what types of men Asian women want to be with, or Filipinas particularly. We do this all the time, guys. We're like, yo, they want the black guys, they want the white guys. It's always a topic of conversation. I just like to have fun with it. I never take the shit too seriously because we can all get some in the Philippines. All right, everybody can get some, even the Indian guys, even the ones that a lot of people don't think get some, they can get some too. So if they can get some, I think we good, right? And it's just the point where I kind of feel like we get to the point where we're having an expectation of the yes. And when we don't get the yes, now it's like, oh shit, what just happened? Right? What just happened that I got told no? I can't fathom the thought of a Filipina from a third world country is going to literally tell me no, 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 no. And again, I say this all the time. It's our egos that get in the way when we're told no. Because all that does is make us even try harder, or we cuss out, or just have a disdain for the woman altogether. Like, how dare you tell me no? How dare you tell me no? There's a million and one reasons why she could have told you no. Preference. Maybe you just want her type. Maybe she found you to be sleazy. Maybe she knows about your reputation. Have you ever thought about that, guys? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe she's well aware of your reputation in that particular area that you're trying to bat 1,000 in, knowing that you're not going to get 1,000. You're not going to bat 100 for 100 every single time in every single place you go. Because eventually, when these girls start to pick up on you, who you are as an individual, and they start asking around and talking to these people, what do you think's gonna happen, guys? They're gonna talk about you, and it's not gonna be in the best of ways. Okay, they're not gonna talk about you in the best of ways. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's such a playboy. He's such a fuck boy. He's such a chick's boy." And I should make a video on that soon. The playboy, fuck boy, chick boy. I think I did a live show on it, but I removed it because that was a long time ago. That was when I was just trying to find myself. So I might need to re-watch the video to get some pointers of what I was talking about at that time, and maybe I'll do a completely new video, or I'll just scratch the live show and just go ham on it myself. But again, guys, you start to gain a reputation when these Filipinos are well aware of the fact that your ass be in there trying to fuck every girl in the world. Got to be smart about the way you choose to maneuver and shake around the team. You know what I mean? But that's my little spiel, real quick, man. Let me go ahead and see who's in the building. My man Mike came through early. I don't know if Mike's here now, but shout out to my man Mike. Farsight, what's good with you, man? My brother SML, appreciate you. Tim, always love, man. King Arthur from San Diego, appreciate you. My man Mr. Marquis. Oh, Big Boy was telling Big Cat, man. Old buddy was telling some Super Cat. You know that. Maximus, what's good, man? My brother Pedro, man. Appreciate the love, my guy. John, he said definitely good on them. I agree. Like I said, man, I'd rather you tell me no than lead me on. I'd rather you tell me no than we sit here and play this game with each other for about too many days, and I'm over here wasting my time thinking I'm about to get some, but you over here trying to finesse me, trying to see what you can get from me. It becomes this. It becomes a tit for tat to the point where you know you're not gonna get some, but you just want to see what you can get out of it, and then it's gonna get to the point where you're just gonna have to make those compromises. Okay, you want to get some of this? She gonna say, okay, well, pay for this, some shit. You know what I'm saying? After it gets to a point where it starts to become more than just about the conversation and more about what you can accomplish as a result. My boy Reggie Dallas was good with you, man. Appreciate you coming through. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But that's life, man. That's just the shit that I've been dealing with lately, watching guys lie on their live shows, and I think that's funny. I like it. I enjoy it. Mike, you missed a long ass story, bro. I do not want to repeat. Some dude was lying on Facebook Live about how many girls he was bagging, 2 week millionaire status, basically telling he had a body count that was out of this world in a 3 week period. And sometimes you just got to talk about it, man. Then we talk about how we feel like rock stars in the Philippines. We be batting 1,000, we're knocking them down, and then you come to that one that don't want to fuck with you. That's when you get the no. When you get the no, sometimes people don't know how to act. Why? Because of the audacity that this woman will tell me no because I'm a foreign man. The audacity that this woman will tell me no because she's from a third world and I'm from a first world. How dare she fuck with me like that? That's pretty much all it is. But yo, we got 12 in the building, man. I appreciate y'all locking in. Y'all make sure y'all drop a like. Doc would highly appreciate that one. Y'all be good. But I'm interested to know what's really going on, man. I don't know if you've ever come across the 2 week millionaire lifestyle status of some foreigner guys. You start to hear about it more often than not because usually the ones that have spent maybe 1 month in the Philippines, they automatically jump into a YouTube channel. I love that shit, man. They'll be in the country, they're like, yo, I figured out the Philippines in 2 weeks. And most of them can. That should be funny as hell. They'd be like, yo, bro, I figured out the Philippines in 2 weeks. I said, I'd be interested to hear that shit. But again, I mean, to be real with you though, I don't believe that it takes 10 years to fucking figure out the country. I'll never say that. But again, I will tell you this though. I'm still in the learning process, guys. I know I've learned a lot, but I'm still learning. So we can't sit there and say that we know everything about the Philippines in a 2 week or 3 week period at all. Reggie, appreciate you, bro. He said to a shot of Crown Black for the dot. Hey, you know I mix it with the Coke, bro. Appreciate you, man. But and I'm a Crown Apple dude, so I might have to slide in the apple. Don't hate me. Apple Crown Apple and apple cranberry ocean spray. That shit hit different. And also Crown Apple and lemonade. I love that shit. That's one of the best mixes I've ever had in my life. If you ain't tried it, try it. I don't even know what they call it. But guys, like I'm saying, man, you can't expect to hit the ball out of the park every single time. And I think a Filipino telling you no is a humbling experience. That's what I find to be hella funny. A Filipina telling you no is a very, very humbling experience. But I don't believe guys want to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Again, when you're trying to get your dick wet, bro, I understand. Nobody wants to hear no. No is a very, very taboo term, but I think that you have to be okay with hearing the word no. Foreigners are not okay with hearing the word no. And you know what happens though? And I think Filipinos are picking up on this one. So, gentlemen, you better listen. You have better listen to this shit because I kind of feel Filipinos are really starting to smarten up. If you thought they were smart, let me show you how smart they're getting a little bit more smarter than you actually will believe. Now, make sure y'all drop that like. Listen up, loud and clear. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this bluntly. I'm gonna say this honestly. Okay, Filipinos are getting smart because they realize that by saying no, most of you guys aren't willing to walk away. Remember the video we posted earlier? Let me go ahead and give you the perfect example of not the willingness of not being able to walk away when dealing with a female on like the first hand basis, right? Let's say you don't know each other very well. The relationship is nothing. It's not toxic, but it's nothing yet. But you're trying to build it into something, right? Filipinos know that when you start asking to get laid or when you start asking to tap that, they know what's good. They know what's good. So most of the time they'll tell you no. They'll tell you no because they're aware of the fact that if they tell you no, you'll probably pay more. It sounds crazy. And most of us will probably be like, man, you say no, fucking man, I'm gonna move on to the next one. But that's not the mentality of a lot of guys. And Filipinos are starting to understand that. You tell a Filipino no right now. Tell her no. Be like, you know, I'm interested in you. I'm trying to see what that thing hit like. Trying to see what that thing hit like from the back. You know, you started trying to clap some cheeks and shit, right? You started to get excited. She gonna be like, even though I'm not really that type of girl, that's not really what I do. Maybe you should go find somebody else. Then you come through with your wannabe smooth ass lines because I've used this line too. Hey, baby, I don't want nobody but you. Nobody but you. Shout out to the Wonder Girls, that K-pop song. If you don't know that song, you are sleeping on K-pop right now. It's called Nobody But You. I think they're called the Wonder Girls. If my girl was here, she would tell me. But anyway, I digress. Back to the topic, but what they're understanding is by saying no, it seems like in a weird roundabout way they're increasing their own value in the process. They're increasing their own value in the process. Think about that, Mike. I appreciate it, man. I tried my best on that video. I was fucking it up, but I was trying to make it happen. But anyways, um, they're increasing their value by telling you no. They're increasing their value in the process. What does that mean, Doc? What do you mean that they're increasing their value? What does it mean? Please tell me. I'm glad you asked. Let me go ahead and knock this one out for you because I think y'all gonna pick up what the good doc's putting down. A Filipino will tell you no in the process because they're increasing their value by increasing the price that you're willing to pay to sleep with them. Let me say that one more time. By telling you no, you're likely to increase the amount of money that you're willing to give her to sleep with her. Sounds crazy, right? She probably would have fucked you for 1,000, but you offered her two because she said no. Marinate on that for a second. Marinate on that for 1 second, my guy. Marinate on all that shit. I want you to stew in this shit, gentlemen. She's increasing her value as a result of her saying no because she knows that you're going to give more money in order to sleep with her. So she would have fucked you for 1,000, but you offered her two because she said no the first time. I can't make this shit up, people. I can't make this shit up. I study the game, gentlemen. I'll never come to you and act like I'm a fucking professional. I'll never act like I know everything. But if there's one thing I do know, I know female nature. And I know the female nature of most Filipinos. I played this game for a long ass time. I played this game for a long ass time. He said, like baseball cards, the more they make it feels rare, the more people pay. That's true. They are increasing their value by telling you no because they know that you are gonna pay more to get it. Now, here's the crazy part, though, right? Like I said, here's the crazy part, though, because it's all about how you think, gentlemen. It's all about how you think. They know that they would have taken 1,000. You offered 2,000. But you know what? That 2,000 don't mean shit because you probably would have paid three. Think about that for a second. She took, she would have taken one. You ended up giving her two, but you were probably willing to pay her three. So you don't care, right? She increases her value while you're thinking you're still getting it at a discount. Come on, man. I can do this all night, man. I run circle around square ass people. I do this for fun. This is mental gymnastics, gentlemen. And if you don't understand, I can educate you, and it ain't gonna cost you a thing. It's gonna cost you a like, though. So y'all gotta make sure that y'all drop a like. If you want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, the good dog is happy and true and blessed that y'all come through, spend a little bit of time with him today, night on day. That's what I'm telling you, though, because you'll never get knowledge like this from anybody else, bro. I promise you that. You'll never get it like this from anybody else. Because this shit fun for me. And when you study enough, if you study the nature of most females and shit, you start to realize a lot of things. And trust me, you know you could get Filipinas for the cheap. If you're cool, confident, and all that good shit, you can get right on the low. But because $40 ain't shit to you, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing to you, but because you would probably be willing to pay more. But she ended up increasing her own value in her own mind because she ended up getting 1,000 more. Come on, man. Who you think you talking to? Don't let the looks fool you, gentlemen. We got veteran status in this shit. I think I need to nah, I don't want to make a shirt called Philippine veterans. People look at me like I'm crazy. Anyways, man, we're just having fun, man. Shout out to my man Monroe, man, all the way from my state. Not necessarily my city, but close to my city from Greensboro, man. Appreciate you locking in. Appreciate all of you guys coming through, man. Definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say about the topic at hand. We be trying to work, man. This is all we do, and I'm trying to educate you as best as I possibly can. Right? When I told you guys you can't be afraid to walk away, this right here is the particular situation that I'm explaining to you. My man says, don't forget the last minute upgrades. You want this 500, you want that extra 500, want breakfast and a tricycle fee. Oh, they'll throw in all the extras, Mike. That is funny. Thank you for adding that. You guys are definitely throwing the extras, man. You'll be laying it on thick. You'll be laying it on thick. Definitely got to give credit for that one because guys will do whatever it takes to get that extra, couple minutes in on that booty call. But they'll definitely throw in the extras. But you know what though? Let me level this up for you a little bit more because I think that we talked about it from this end. Let's go ahead and retract it and talk about it on the back end. Okay. All right. So let's say we're back at a $1,000, 1,000 peso mark, right? So as opposed to you being desperate enough and offering 2,000, instead of offering the 2K, you walk away, right? Focus on this real quick. Because Mike, we're gonna take your example here and we're gonna do it in reverse effect. So you say no to the 1K. Nah, I'm good, baby. I don't feel that. I don't feel that. Right? I don't feel it. Now, on the fact that you said no, now you could probably, if she comes back to you and she's trying to get in touch with you and talk to you because she's really trying to get your attention again, now that 1,000 can come down to 500. Right? Because now it's not you being desperate for the attention of the girl, it's her being desperate for your attention. So at that point, knowing that she's going to come back, you offer the five, she'll probably take the five. The ability and the strength and the advantage that we have as men to simply walk away. Mental gymnastics, ladies and gentlemen. I could do this shit all night long. God damn it, I should have got my doctorate in psychology, gentlemen, because we could do this all night long, man. But it's fun for me. And I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of information that I think might be beneficial. It might be. Maybe you'll never find yourself in this situation. Maybe you'll get with the right one off the rip and you'll be with the most beautiful young lady in the Philippines and your life is going to be fantastic and you ain't got to worry about the dating part. You could just enjoy being with the one you want to be with. But just in case you do find yourself in this particular situation, now you know how to handle it. Again, this is just a simple example. I'm not telling you that you're going to deal with things like this, but just in case you do, at least you can't say that I didn't at least try to give you a little bit. A little bit. My man said, there you go. So correct. He said, or to lower the price faster, turn around and talk to the next girl. That too, boy. That right there can make them feel like shit. Not on purpose, but just to let them know that the abundance nature and the options that you have as gentlemen in the Philippines, that lets them further know that, oh my God, I might lose this guy right now. So I need to act right now, which means whatever he says, I'm willing to do right now. Gentlemen, there's power. Man, if you know how to utilize the gifts that God's given you, man, I promise you, there's power in that shit. But because we want to live that 2 week millionaire lifestyle, ball to you, fall, man. Look, man, I'm gonna get this bitch whatever she asks for because it's not hurting my pockets. I came to the Philippines with $10,000 for 2 weeks, bro, and I'm gonna blow through the full 500,000, which is roughly about how much it would translate into Philippine pesos. So at that point, you're not even trying to remotely make yourself, or I should say, get more bang for the buck. You're not even trying at that point. At that point, you're just doing whatever you need to do in order to get it right and get it right in the moment. Come on, man. If you don't know this by now you know. Shout out to the 14 of y'all that came through and showed love to. Ooh, Filipinos have all the power. We'll talk about that in a minute. Appreciate y'all locking in, man. Y'all make sure y'all drop a like, man. I highly appreciate that. We'll make sure you caress my lesson to stretch yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. You guys want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, I'm happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now and then, let's get back. Filipinos have all the power. Hmm. I would be interested to know from what perspective, honestly. I would love to know from what perspective that Filipinos have all the power. I kind of feel like knowing that we don't necessarily have to commit to just that particular young lady in the moment, we can see this girl, this girl, this girl, that girl. And as a result, man, I'm not necessarily having to drop serious ends just dealing with one. I don't know how I would say Filipinos have all the power. Now, yes, we are operating in their country. And yes, you've been there long enough, so you know it takes time for you to be able to figure this shit out. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you guys are gonna have it all figured out on day one. You're damn sure not gonna have it all figured out on day two, but I don't think it's gonna take you 10 years to figure it out. I know this. But I do believe that there are certain things that foreigners can do in order to create scenarios that give us the best advantages. My Filipino was getting 30K a month and still walked away. If you like it, someone else likes it too. She has more options, some pocket more bigger than your own. See, but chosen one, man, I fuck with you. I give you your floor. I'll give you what you say to be correct. But if there's one asterisk I have to put next to that, man, it does depend on the type of Filipina that you're dealing with. And because I know you're in the area known as the grown man's Disneyland, aka Angeles City, that right there doesn't surprise me in AC. That right there will not surprise me in AC. I don't think I could deal with that on that level. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it would be hard pressed for me to understand or feel a situation like that would happen in a place like that, right? Or in a place, even in Manila, true. But uh, it's AC for me, man. I kind of feel like that area alone and the mentality of the foreigner that travels there really has tainted that market to the point where it's literally untouchable. All right. AC to me is a place that if you're looking for love, I would rather you just go somewhere else. That is not the place for that. Okay. Let's keep it a buck, man. AC is not the place for that. AC is literally not a place for a girlfriend, man. Ah, man. And you're right, though. I understand. That's your truth. I feel you. And I know the area and the landscape in which you're operating in. I know the environment in which you're operating in. And I understand that. And I can understand how you come to that conclusion. And I see exactly what you mean, which is why I'm not going to say, oh, yo, you're wrong. That's not right. Because I can understand and feel from the perspective in which you're coming from. And you're right. Dealing with certain girls when there's a guy with a bigger bag or somebody with more money, yes, they will go to that dude, right? I'm not going to sit there and say that. Sometimes the mindset of the Filipino you're dealing with will definitely lead them to the arms of somebody else who can crank out a little bit more cash than probably you can. 30K a month is a resounding of, that's a lot of money. But if old boy is going to offer 35, if old boy go offer 35K, sayonara, sir. At least knuckle, which means I am going now. Bye bye. Right? So yeah, I get it, man. It sucks ass. But I kind of feel like that's the type that you kind of set yourself up for an area like that in AC, man. Golly. AC is not the place for me, man. AC is a playground. It's usually meant for fun times, man. I would be hard pressed to try to find a young lady there that I would actually date. Like, seriously, unless they were away from, if they were in the Pampanga area, okay. Because there are some bomb ass areas. I think San Fernando, oh my God, San Fernando has some of the baddest bitches I've seen in the Manila area. Or if you can call that particular area part of Manila, San Fernando is definitely spot on with me, man. But yeah, man, AC is crazy, man. You get that one. Damn, new boyfriend paid 45K and he's overseas. ah, fuck it. At least you get to save some money, man. That's all I can say, man. At least you get to save some. Yo, 22 in the building, bro. Appreciate you locking in, 22. I see you guys in. Appreciate you locking in. Yo, make sure you drop a like, man. Doc would highly appreciate that, man. Make sure you caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. Again, guys, if you want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, I'm happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now you're then because we getting it in, bro. Foreigners, we can have that rockstar lifestyle, but we cannot be afraid to be told no. Chosen one, in your particular situation, my man said he got edged out by 15,000 pesos. That sucks, bro. I get it. I know it's bitter. Make you feel away. And it is definitely a dirty game, and you got to learn it. How we choose to commit, how we choose to commit is a tough go, man. What we're looking, see again, guys. When I talk about coming to the Philippines, man, there's one thing I have to ask you before you come here. And even I asked my boy Mike when we had our live stream together, I was like, to what percentage of guys that you've talked to and interacted with, to what percentage are they coming to the Philippines for love or just coming to play around? Right. And it's hard to come up with a definitive percentage, man. And there's no study that I'm aware of that will tell you the definitive number of the amount of foreigners that are coming to the Philippines looking to play the game or the amount of foreigners looking to get laid. You just don't know what the percentage is. Some may say they're here for love, then they realize that they can have all these girls over here and their whole mindset is tainted. Sometimes you may find a foreigner that's looking to play the game. The first girl that puts the punani on their ass, they are locked up or locked down. You see, so it's the mentality. You may think you're coming for something and you're completely showing up for something else, right? What are we to do, gentlemen? What are we to do? My man said live life for the edge, invest in crypto. We all do, bro. This we ain't nobody in the dark on crypto, bro. But appreciate you locking in. And yes, we can always talk about crypto, but I gotta get through this point real quick. I'm trying to stay on topic, man. You know I can go on a crypto tear if I need to. But anyways, yeah, man, it's a tough go out there, man. You're right, bro. It is definitely a dirty game. You just got to know what you want, right? You got to know what you're looking for. All right, we're not looking for love in online dating applications. I hope maybe somebody to talk to, but love is tough, man, because you got to understand that she could be talking to a bunch of different dudes. Yeah, them ovaries grab on tight, bro. Have them motherfuckers on a whirlwind. They be like, God damn, I ain't never met nothing this tight in my life. Had that motherfucker in love. That right there is the main reason why a lot of guys can't just walk away, man. There's something about it, man. That shit fucking squeezes around you like a tight fist, man. It's tough. I know. I know the feeling. It's like, yo, this shit here feel a little bit different than the other ones, right? You be going through it. You said that shit feel like a wet fist, huh? Yeah, like a wet fucking fist. It's tough. I know. I know. Just don't hate me for saying what I say. It's the end of the day, more women than men, so get what you want. Yeah, you're not tied down and you're not forced to commit to any or the latter. You can either come here to do what you want to do, come here to settle down. I think that the Philippines provides a little bit of both, right? But there is one statement that I do want to address real quick. There's one statement. There's one statement that I want to make because this one's funny and it's a little bit interesting. You'll have a lot of foreigners that will say, "Oh, she's not really yours. It's just your turn." You know what I think about that one? Man, I don't know, man. I guess it depends on the girl you're dealing with, right? Because I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. And I hate to say things like what I'm about to say because I hate to interject my own situation, but it's the only way that I know to figure out how people come to this particular conclusion. Okay. So I've been with my girl for a long time. So it's been my turn for a long time if that's the case. Right. It weirds me out. And again, I don't like interjecting my relationship and things like that because I don't want nobody to think anything crazy or outlandish or say some shit. But it's the truth. I feel like if a girl is never really yours, it's just your turn. It's been my turn for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? That's the conversation that I want to have. So how do we come to the conclusion that a girl is never really yours, it's just your turn when we make those types of statements? Because I kind of feel like that statement is a blanket statement, and the blanket statement is supposed to be applicable to all Filipinos or to all females. But if I don't feel as though that particular thing is applicable, not necessarily just to my relationship, but anybody that's been in a relationship for a long ass period of time, I basically took my girl's youth away from her, with all due respect. We started dating, I think, when she was like 19 or 20. I dated her through her whole 20s, bro. Think about that for a second. I took away her youth. I took away her whole stage, for lack of a better term. I took away the time when she should have been slutting it up in comparison to women in the United States, the Western world, of course, right? So as a result, I took away all of that from her. So it's still my turn, technically, right? If that's the logic that we're coming up with. So I guess I'm trying to figure out, why do we say and or come to the conclusion that it's not, she's never really yours, it's just your turn. How do we come up with that particular mindset? It blows my mind. I know, man. I'm thinking about this one, man. I'm thinking about this one, bro. I took her whole youth away, man. I took away her whole damn youth. I said, nah, but you mine now. Call her. I think literally she was like 19 or 20 when we started dating. She might have even been 18 for all I remember, bro. We're 3 years apart. I can't remember. But yeah. I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. It's weird to feel, it's just like, damn, like how does that fit and how does that work? Because hypothetically, and I'm never saying this is happening, but hypothetically, if me and the mean one broke up, she is close to the age where a lot of guys will say that she hit the wall. So if it's just my turn right now, and I say, you know what, I don't no longer want this to be my turn, and then I turn away and walk away and check the deuces, she's now close to the age where people will say, nah, I don't want you because hit the wall. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can call me the youth snatcher. Yo, man, I love my girl. Y'all know better than that, man. She's my young lady. So I granted I took away the youth, man. It is what it is. He said it's. I'm sorry, hold on. He said it's only your turn if you found a 10-minute Jiffy Lube woman. That I can agree with, because sometimes I'm really trying to figure out how can we say this in reference to the types of women that we're dealing with, right? Because I would never want to believe that my young lady is on par with somebody in the fucking industry, right? I would never want to believe that my young lady is like all these other hoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to get in a relationship with somebody who is about that life, right? Somebody who had multiple boyfriends before you, dealing with foreigners before you, or all that other shit before you. You don't want to have to deal with that shit. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm off kilter on that one. But I go hammy, man. That's all I do for a living. My man said all women love money with Filipinos is multiplied times one. Honey, I don't disagree. Um, did I miss any comments, bro? I'm sorry if I did. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Someone told me that when I first got here, it's not your girl, it's your turn. It's 100% true. And I'm trying to figure out how that's true, right? In dealing with certain types of women. That's all. Just trying to figure it out. He says, I agree. Only your turn if you allow the will not to be locked. Oh, I locked that will up, bro. That's a good way to put it, Mike. I appreciate it. If you lock the will, then definitely it's your turn. It's your turn long term. I guess. I don't know how it works, man. My man said doorknob shouting. Yeah, we be turning. That's actually pretty funny. But yeah, man, we definitely be turning them knobs, bro. He said, how do you feel though? You have to wife it or walk away if you took her youth. Yeah. How do I feel? I feel I owe her. Sounds weird. I love her, but I owe her. Like, yo, man, I took a whole damn youth away from her, man. She can't date no more after me. Actually, she could. Let me take that back. In fairness, she could. She could always date after me. But where we are in our relationship, honestly, it's like, look, man, it's been an automatic for a long time now. Like, bro, we've been at this for a while. To me, it's really just a formality at this point. I hate to say that because she like to think that basically we're just going through the motions and stuff like that. But at this point, for me, it's formality. And you're right though. At that point though, you have two options. You walk away. You took away that youth, so you either got to wife her up or you don't. And if you don't wife her up, you really just fucked this girl over and fucked up her whole youth because you took it all away from her. That's a very, very hard. It's not a hard pill to swallow, but it's definitely a hard emotion to fathom if you are a guy who actually gives a fuck. All right. It's a very hard thing to fathom if you're a gentleman or somebody who actually cares. Think about that for a second. It's crazy to think your whole youth is gone. Like, and I love to say this, and I hate to say this. I hope you don't hear this, but it's like saying, bitch, you old now, right? So it becomes a thing. And like I said, man, she's wifey, period. Right? I ain't gonna tell you no, I ain't gonna tell you no lies, man. That's my girl. That's my boo thing. That's the mean one. That's who I told myself, you know what? If it doesn't work out with her, I will never marry. I told her that. I told her that. And there was a TikTok video. There was this girl who asked this dude if she disappeared for like 5 years. Maybe you saw the video. Abba and Preach did a video on this one. The girl asked, if I disappeared for like 5 years, would you and you remarry, would you divorce the girl that you're with at that moment? If I come back to life. And he said no. Right? And that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, bro, I told her straight up, if me and you don't get married, I am never marrying. I told her that to her face. I said, I put in too much time in this shit. If I don't fuck with you, I ain't fucking with nobody. I'll just fuck around and live my life for the rest of my life, man. Hell, my I ain't gonna say my dad, but I love my dad. But anyway, like I said, man, I said, fuck it. I've seen other people do it. I said I could do it too. Right? That's number one. Number two, heaven forbid, knock on wood, if my young lady leaves before I do, and we're talking about if she goes before me, I'll never get remarried either. I told her that. I said I'll just fuck around. I'll tell you the truth. I said because I'll probably never love any other girl like I loved you, and I'm not gonna be looking for love, man. It's not my thing, man. If I'm not marrying you, then I will never get married. It's just the truth. I told her that to her face. I don't know if that makes her confident in anything, but honestly, myself, like I said, when you put enough time in, like I said, it does go both ways when you put a lot of time in. So it's like, all right, this is us. We either gonna get married or we're not. But if I ain't marrying you, I might fuck around with a couple other girls, but I'll never marry. Never. Because I don't have that energy. I'm not willing to start all over, bro. That is one thing Doc does not do. I do not go back over and hit the reset button, gentlemen. Don't work for me. I might give a bitch a baby though. Oh yeah, I definitely knock some bitch up though, for real, for real, for real. If I like you enough, I'll give you a baby. But that's about it. I ain't gonna marry you. I know, sounds crazy. He said it's your turn as long as you're making the correct payments. Payments can include money, emotional support, etc. Hmm, I don't disagree. My man says no, this was a joint decision. That sounds about right. Seems very joint. The Asian girl, I saw that ad. Yeah, Mike, the Asian girl. Yeah, she was tripping too. She was mad, talking about she would have divorced her man and shit because he was literally being logical with this bitch for real. He said, "Bro, I've been listening for 15 minutes thinking this was a video." Will, how you doing, man? Just to let you know, this is not a video, sir. This is the good doc talking his nonsense and his bullshit. And if you guys are enjoying this video, you already know what to do, man. Make sure you drop a like on this video. I see 20 of you guys in the video. You already know what to do. Make sure you caress some of us and de-stress yourself over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support, please feel free to do so. But of course, I am happy and blessed you choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with your boy today. Now you're dead. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Woosa. All right. Foreigners, man, we're rock stars when we need to be, but you got to be willing to accept the word no. That's life. If I'm lying, I'm flying, gentlemen. If I'm lying, I'm flying. My man Roy says, many marry on the rebound. Not saying that you will. Roy, I get it. I understand. Like, I know a lot of, actually, there's a lot of Philippine artists in the Philippines, like, that usually get married after long-term relationships that fall apart. They usually, after the breakup, they get married probably 1 or 2 years after the breakup. So you mean to tell me you was with this chick for 10 years, 15 years, on and not on and off dating, but dating. Y'all break up, the next girl you meet, year in a relationship, you're ready to propose? I don't move that way. But yeah, I understand, man. I understand a lot of people marry on the rebound, and I understand why they do. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'll have some babies, man. I'll have a couple of kids, and that's it. That's it. I'll be a baby's father. That's my lifestyle, bro. If I don't marry my young lady, I'll just probably knock up at least 1 or 2 girls, have me 2 kids, and that's it. I don't mind supporting kids that I made. It's a joint decision for me to knock them bitches up. So I'm a support them, and I'm gonna make sure that they have their heads on right. I'm gonna make sure I'm dealing with girls that have a lot more to lose than me. I kind of feel like foreigners deal with girls that don't have a lot to lose. I like to deal with bitches who got a lot to lose. Why? Because if you try to fuck me over, you better believe I'm gonna come for that ass. Right? I'm gonna ruin your reputation. I'm gonna fuck your life up. That's why Doc fucks with girls that have a lot more to lose than him. Ironically, Doc, What the fuck are you talking about? You're the foreigner. How is it that you're going to deal with a girl that has a lot more to lose than you? Filipinos are all about reputation, man. You fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck your life up. Period. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because it's not fair. If I'm gonna try to do right and I'm gonna try to act right and I'm gonna try to be right, don't play with me. Don't let the pretty smile fool you, gentlemen. I will fuck somebody's life up if I need to. Only if you push me to that limit. I'm only as good to you as you are to me. All right. But if you really want to try me, you must not know me and you damn sure don't know my family. That's the caveat. You don't know me and you don't know the family, bro. We move in silence for a reason. We have fun with this. I like what I do. But what you don't know is how this shit operates behind the scenes if you ever try to play with one of us. So as long as everybody acts right, you'll never have to see that shit. Nobody will ever have to be or bear witness to any of that shit. But if you make me do it, I promise you this. It will not end up pretty for anybody. Myself included, because I blow some shit up. Mm. Okay. I was reading the comment. I'm sorry, I didn't put it up on the screen. So shout out to Calvin. What's good, man? He says, I didn't see the video. I did hear about it though. He said there was he said he was bugging out about experiences dealing with racism, and he says that it comes from kins or the kids that are important in it, the disgruntled Caucasian males. Have you experienced racism there? I made a video about this one girl telling me why she didn't deal with black guys, and the information she got came from a white dude. So it's cool. At that, I don't know if you call it racism. It's just more or less like Filipinos are gullible, bro. So at this point, I don't care. Look, the thing about me is I surround myself with a lot. Like I shouldn't say a lot because I don't like people, but when I'm in the Philippines, my inner circle is Filipino, right? So I often ask the Filipino, "Are you gonna take the word of a foreigner over your fellow countrymen about me?" If that's the legit logic that somebody gonna say ish about me or talk about me and try to have women or whoever be racist towards me, but I literally have like Filipinos in my corner, my classmates, my people who can vouch for my character and who I am as an individual because they were around me long enough. Are you literally gonna take the word of some old fucking crusty foreigner, because it's probably the older dudes that's be doing that shit, or are you gonna listen to your classmates about me? Because I think that most girls would go to my classmates or people who are associated with me or around me to ask about me, right? They wouldn't go to some fucking crusty foreigner, right? But I understand if what you're saying in that particular conversation, because again, I didn't see the video, or I didn't hear about it until later on. I feel like if that's the case, okay, I'm gonna let them have their shot. But if a Filipino was actually dumb fucking enough to believe everything that some disgruntled fucking old crusty dusty motherfucking dude has to say about me, that tells me a lot about you. If you're gonna listen to the words of a crusty fucking foreigner about me who's never met me, don't know my kind, don't know anything about me. If you're gonna listen to them, that tells me everything I need to know about you because you're gonna believe that shit. At this point, it's going to get to the point where I no longer want to prove to you that they're wrong. If you believe them enough and you're willing to come to me, or you have the audacity to come to me to tell me some bullshit that somebody else said about me, I would probably go as far as letting you know that's not true, right? If you get to know me, you would know that that's not true. But if you believe that and you want to continue to believe that, I will not go out of my way. And I mean, go out of my way to prove that what they're saying is wrong about me. Because then I feel like I'm in a position to have to prove what other people are saying wrong, even though what they're saying about me was wrong from jump street. So for me, man, have I experienced it every now and again? But when girls get around me or Filipinos get around me that have heard shit about that, they know it's false, man. They come on, man. But Maybe it's a older expat guy going after an older expat guy type of shit, but they do be shitting on the young dudes too. But I don't give a fuck, man. Do you honestly think that your words are gonna stop me from getting laid? Do you know who the fuck I am? Do I need to reintroduce myself? Probably I've been in the country longer than they have. So what the fuck are they gonna say about me to somebody else? Really? I probably have more game in this country than I'll probably forget more than these motherfuckers I ever remember. Right? I'll forget more than these bitches I ever learn. I know this shit. So at this point, man, it's like you could be like 170 in the country and still talk it. But if like I said, if a Filipino is willing to go out on a limb and believe that shit, it is what it is, man. I can't stop somebody from believing what somebody else says. Do I want to create a race war? No. Do I actually give a shit? No. And I think where we go wrong for most of us, I think we care too much. People might say, Doc, you care too little. Some people have said, Doc, you are really nonchalant about the way that you handle things, man. People will come at you and you just let it happen. You have to understand, first things first, guys, this is YouTube. I have an expectation that people are going to try to come for the jugular. I have an expectation that people are going to try to question my character, come after who I am as an individual. But the motherfuckers who know me, they know me. If you're just trying to start some shit just to get a rouse out of me, it don't really work that way because I can spot some bullshit from a mile away. And most of the time, you guys don't even have time to try to mask it, right? So as a result, I let people say what they say. I let people say what they say because they're gonna have their fun, right? Come on, man. See, I've been called Baby Sinclair more times than you will ever know. Do you honestly believe that that right there is going to end me? Like that right there is going to kill me? No, it comes with the territory. I'm supposed to be called names. People are supposed to hate me. I just hope that more people like me than hate me. But I'm supposed to have people spew out negativity about me. Because if they ain't talking bad about me, then I'm not doing something right. Right? So for me, it's okay. I'll let it happen. It doesn't bother me like you think it would. My life is complete. My life is perfect. When this camera goes off, I'll probably call my girl, have a great conversation, ask her how her day was, and live that life, man. Because my life is not consumed by this shit right here. My life ain't consumed by this. I have fun with you guys. I'm able to converse with you guys. I give you guys as much of my energy as humanly possible because I feel like if I have something to say or something to share that can be beneficial, I'll drop that line and we'll keep it pushing. Right? It's life, man. So for me, you gotta keep it pushing, man. You just gotta be willing to look past what other people have to say about you. So if it's the Kens that are perpetuating this negative narrative about black guys in the Philippines, yeah, I'll live. I can live with that. My life doesn't stop because people don't like me, but I get it though. It sucks when I have to deal with women that I feel like I actually have to prove a point to, which makes me not want to deal with them. That's the truth. It makes me not want to deal with these hoes. If I have to prove that I'm not what people say about me, and there's nothing that they've seen prior to what somebody said that would prove them to be right. You understand? If there's nothing that you've seen that proves them to be right about me, why do I have to prove to you that I'm not what these people say? Mental gymnastics, ladies and gentlemen. I could do this shit all day. I talk circles around square ass people. That's what I tell y'all. I will talk circles around square ass people because again, my life isn't consumed by this. At some point, most people would just stop because I don't care. Keep talking about me. Told a dude the other day. I told a guy the other day in a comment section. I said, what you need to do is you need to make a channel, right? If you have something to say about me, make a channel. And what I want you to do is I want you to make the first 5 videos that you put on your channel about me. I told him this shit. I told him make the first 5 videos that you put on your channel about me. I want you to share it on Facebook. I want you to share it on YouTube. I want you to at me on YouTube. I want you to at me on Facebook. I want you to go to my Instagram and I want you to at me there at the exact same video. I want you to draw as much attention to that video as humanly possible. And when you do that, make sure you say my name enough times and tell people where to find me. Because all you're going to do is bring me more traffic, right? All you're going to do is bring more people to me. And I said, yo, man, I could use the views. So rather than you thinking that saying something negative about me is there to make you feel better, but if it helps my channel, please believe. Keep it coming. So when you think you're winning, I'm still actually winning. So again, you can sit there and try this shit all day with me, but I played this game long enough to know I'm never gonna be phased by some hoe ass dudes, man. It's too much. It's too easy for me. All right. I may not have the biggest channel, and that's the reason why. I think that the biggest channels attract a lot of trolls. That's what I'm learning. And when you think about it out loud, people are subscribed to most people's channels not because they care, but because they want to troll them when they see them doing good. Right? I've been to live chats where I've been in the background real silent. And you see the type of shit that people are saying in comment sections. A lot of these bigger channels are trolls. Like they be I'm sorry, a lot of the bigger channels are attracting a lot of people who troll them. So for me, I'm very comfortable with my 5K, man. Because at the end of the day, I know that the people who generally show up here really just want to be here, man. They're here because they want to be. I could work with that. I could work with that. My man says, I'm only calling them bitches because I don't know their names personally. That's some Cat Williams shit. He said, I only call you bitches because I don't know your names individually. Yes, racism does not know any borders. You're absolutely correct. Filipinos are more classist than racist. I agree. My man Jamal, what's good with you, bro? Um, Oh man, you missed the subject about an hour ago, bro. You got to scroll back to the beginning of this one, bro, to get the whole story. This is just a response to a question. I actually remember a senator was caught on tape slapping her, slapping the hell. Damn, that's tough. Don't punish the whole for sins of a few. Correct. A year or so ago, I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go, man. You only got to prove yourself. Hey, Roy, if you're trolling me, you're doing the greatest job of it, man. Because I ain't booted you out yet, so you doing something right. My man says best viewers are the ones who hate because they watch the whole thing, and when you're done, you're in their head still. There you go, man. There you go. So let them do it, bro. Let them do it. Literally, man. You talk about something that helps the algorithm. Get you some trolls, bro, because they will fuck the algorithm up. They will watch that thing from beginning to end just to find a way or a reason to chastise you. Give it to them, man. Make sure that video like 20 minutes long too. Mm. I have not checked up on Ethereum yet, but if it's about to hit all-time highs, I would highly appreciate that. Even though I don't have any Ethereum, my other shit fucking me up right now. Anywho, give me a second, guys. I'm reading something. Anyways, bro, I'm just reading comments, man. Anyway, yeah, chosen one, you were my biggest troll, bro. I remember, man. It was funny. Chosen one, you used to give me that work in my comment section. I loved it, man. It was a great. It wasn't. I don't want to say it was playful banter, but me and you, I think I may have responded a couple times. Yeah, we used to go at it. I remember the name. I never deleted you. In fairness, see, he'll tell you the truth. I don't delete people like that. So when you hear people talk about, oh, Dr. Mike be over here deleting people from his channel and shit, this dude used to give me some serious work. And my if I click on his name right now, it'll tell me every video that he made a comment on. And if I scroll back to it, you'll see that not all of his comments were favorable about the good doc. And it's okay. Cause I can forgive, man. It's okay. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and I don't expect that everybody's going to agree with my content. I don't expect that everybody is going to agree from beginning to end. Doc, you 100% correct on this. You'll probably agree more often than not, but on everything that I say, you're not going to agree with. So I'll never hold it against you. I encourage you to at least share an opinion. It helps to create dialogue, and that's what I want over here. Dialogue helps to create more content. You feel me? That's how I use people who have naysayer comments. I use that as a form to create more content to benefit the audience. I may say, yo, man, y'all need to go to the Philippines, man, and get you a wife. I may say, I may have 20 dudes that will come to the comment section and say, no, you have lost your mind, doc. Ain't no way in this world that your ass need to go to the Philippines and get you a wife. You need to go to the Philippines. You need to play the game. You need to have as many girls as you possibly can. Live your best life, man. Fuck them all. Come back to the United States, man. Have a story to tell. Again, it creates dialogue. As long as your attack is not a personal one and on the content, it's a little bit different. You see? That's how it works over here. I'll never get mad at you for disagreeing. I let you live, I let you speak, and even in the comment, I'll probably give you a. If I don't have anything to say in the moment, I'll give you a heart and show of respect of the content that you. I mean, for you responding to the content, or I'll let it be. Now, when people show up to the chat, oh my chat boys, man, they will block your ass quick. I don't even have to try to do it. They go for y'all, right? So that's life, man. And I think that I've already spoken my truth. Everybody good, everybody happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. I can go home, go to sleep, or actually just go ahead and take a nap because I'm ready to go now. He says I'm not trolling my. He said he'll post it and do a whole vlog and give me a trophy. Yeah, man. Mike will make you feel about Mike will make you feel a way about trying to come after him. Hey, but he'll break you down analytically, intellectually, and then you ain't got nothing. You really have to try to figure out how to respond. But again, if you can't respond with an intelligent response, guess what? You just gonna have to take that L. But nobody wants to take that L because all they're gonna do is respond with "you're a bitch," "you're a pussy," or some shit like that. Because that's what people do. Like I said, when your vocabulary cannot exist outside of using profane language, you're sad. But what will happen though in that particular situation, at least you get your shine. Because clearly your purpose for trolling somebody is to get them to talk about you. So when they start talking about you, are you now gonna be mad that they started talking about you? Come on, man. My man said I'm still gonna trigger 100,000 like little baby did on Sweetie, but it's gonna be pesos only. Bro, hey, I'm gonna bring two bands to the Philippines, man. We're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna bring two bands to the Philippines, and yes, sir, we're definitely gonna have to blow that, but we're gonna use that sparingly. We're gonna be smart in the way that we choose to optimize our spend. All right. You know how many girls you can get for 100,000 pesos, man? You know how much ass you can get? What my mind can't even fathom the amount of punan I can get with 100K. If I literally set aside 100K budget for a punan only, knowing what I know now, you know how much ass I can get for that? That is a lot, my friend. I will be swimming in punan for like a long time with 100K. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Oh, I'm gonna be tricking, but I'm a trick. I'm a trick lightly. Trick responsibly is the best way to put it. If you go and trick, man, trick responsibly. And yes, Sweetie is half Filipino. I don't. Is she half? I thought she was a portion. My miss. Yes. If that was the case, I mean, um I do plan on allocating part of that budget towards prophylactics or contraceptives, whatever word used is proper in that particular term. I do plan on utilizing and wrapping it up and being safe, but I guess sometimes you're dealing with some hoes that are extremely potent. So maybe just maybe you will need antibiotics. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just mm, thinking about what 100K can actually get me, knowing what I know now. Mm, I don't know what you can do with 100K, but we are going to. My man said loadable Z packs. You mean magnums? My man says, Doc, how much booty can you get for that, bro? I can't tell you. I cannot divulge how much punan I can get for that. My man said you gotta have a doc on retainer, so I gotta allocate part of my fund for that too. No, Doc only deals with the best of the best, man. Come on. I might pull a muscle trying to actually max out my spending on that one. I'll probably hurt myself. I'll probably hurt myself trying to do that shit. Oh, she speaks some Tagalog. Oh, but I thought that they were kind of mad at her because she used to like talk some kind of shit about her Filipino relatives. I can't remember, but yeah. He said, I get no satisfaction out of paying for it, Doc. That's just me. Oh no, sir. No, back up, rewind, because I think that there is a misconception in what I'm saying. I'm talking about how much ass I can get with 100,000 pesos. I never said anything about coming out and paying for it outright. No, that's not how we play over here. It's different, you understand? Because I'll never openly just pay you for that, right? It might be in the form of some food, make sure you got a little bit of money to get home on and shit like that. You see, because the women that I try to associate with, the ones that I actually try to initiate conversations with and do things with, they don't necessarily participate in the industry. Now again, it sucks because I know that every girl has a price. As long as you know that, you know what it is. And that's a girl in the industry or not, right? Y'all thinking that I'm talking about fucking hoes, dude. Let me tell you a story. Uh, I mean, I can't. Let me tell you a story, yo. Y'all gonna learn about the doc tonight, man. He said, "Don't do a robin and break your wand." I feel you. Everybody, press one if you listening to me, because I will share the story about what really turned me off about dealing with hoes in the Philippines, right? So press one if you guys are locked in, because I got a story to tell. Oh, I love me some Max, man. Max, that shit kills everything, and it makes your piss like stink for like 3 days, man. When you get Max in your system, man, your pee smells potent as hell. That shit's strong. Big facts. But yeah, man, we know Max, man. That is God's gift to men with some shit, with some issues. But yeah, Max is a very, very strong antibiotic. I actually like amoxicillin. It's a whole lot cheaper. Max comes three to a pack, and usually you have to do a cycle of about what 2-3 days minimum to get right. But anyways, Greenville Entertainment. I don't know who you are, but appreciate you locking in. All right, so I don't know if I ever actually, you know what? If you read the Bootyloo Chronicles, and yes, this is a book plug. If you read the Bootyloo Chronicles, you are familiar with this story. All right. But when I first came to the Philippines, my dad used to take me to bars all the time, man. All the time. Even when I visited, my dad used to take me to Philippine bars, man, where girls be dancing and shit. And we went to all types of bars, the good ones, the holes in the wall, you name it, man. You name it. Okay. And one day I went in there and I noticed that all bars that I used to go into used to have this mildewy smell. And you may think, Doc, you talking about the moisture in the girl's punani or something that make it stink in there. No, that's not what I'm talking about. There was just this real mildewy smell, and I could never get over that smell. And there was once upon a time when I told myself, bro, I ain't never going to a bar ever again in my life. I'm never going. And I was tapped out from bars at like 19 or 20 years old. My dad used to take me to bars like at least 3 or 4 times a week when I first got there. We used to go to the bar. We ain't never do anything, man. Just watch the girls dance and stuff, get a drink. We used to drink Cali. If you guys know what Cali is in the Philippines, then you know what I'm talking about. We used to drink the Cali pineapple. It was like a citrus soda. It's called Cali. Google it. Um, and we used to just sit there and just watch the girls dance, but there was this smell. Like the bar used to always have this fucking rank, dank, mildewy smell. And I hated it. And it turned me off from going to bars, period. I cannot stand that smell at all. And what I'm noticing is when you deal with certain girls that work in the industry or come from that particular setting, that smell right there, it never leaves. It don't leave their clothing and you can smell it. So it's almost as if I can smell bar girl on any Filipina if that's the industry that they work in. So I'm completely turned off from any girl that works in the bar all the time because my senses, like my, what do you call this when your nose, your fucking, what do they call this when your olfactory, I think that's what they call it, your olfactory senses, not trying to be intelligent intelligent tonight. I think it's my olfactory sensors and some shit in my nose, man. Is that right or wrong? Something like that. Olfactories. Anyways, and my shit, I can smell that on any female that works in the system. That shit is crazy. It kills me, man. He said it's the mothballs. Whatever it is, man, there's something about it, and you smell it on every girl that works in a bar like that. So that's why I don't deal with bar girls, because I know them when I smell them. It's weird. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And it's crazy that you can say I can smell you working in the industry or some shit like that. And I hate to put that type of judgment on somebody, but I'm telling you, I can smell it on them. I can smell bar girl on a bitch from a mile away. Because I was in that life for like the first year of my life living in the Philippines, and I love my dad for it, man. He showed and shared with me everything, man. You gotta love a father who puts his son in a bar at 17 years of age. I'm gonna show you how to be a man tonight, boy. I'm gonna put that hair on your chest. It's the old factory, O factory. I don't think there's old factory, but O factory or some shit. My senses, something like that. I was trying to get it right, but I can smell it on them, and I can't deal with bar girls. That's one thing I've never told anybody. Like I smell them from a mile away. It's weird, and so I can't deal with girls like that. If they try to layer on the cologne or the perfume or whatever, I might be able to get around it, but maybe not. Hey man, shout out to my big brother O'Shea. You know what it is. Appreciate you locking in from Memphis, Tennessee, my brother. Good. But yeah, man, my senses, man, I can't do it. I've tried, and my hey man, my soldier will not salute. He will not show up for battle if it's a bar girl. So when I say that I can go balls to the wall for 100K, that answer is very true. But it's not going to be dealing with women in the industry, guys. It's not going to be with those types of girls, the ones that work in the industry. It just, I can't do it. Trust me, I've tried. It don't work. But my mind won't let me. My mind will not fathom the thought of even remotely trying to deal with a chick that works in a bar. So no, my 100,000 will be allocated in different ways. Literally, I will allocate a budget for food, transportation, and any other thing that could be considered part of the extracurricular. I'll even it out, spread it out over a couple, and I can make it work, man. Honestly, on average, AB, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one because you're my boy and shit. You asked me, Doc, how much ass can you get on that? On average, I probably wouldn't spend more than 1,000 on any girl. On average, I wouldn't spend more than 1K. On average. So there you go. 100,000 bitches. That's the answer. The answer is 100K because on average, I wouldn't spend more than 1,000. Why? Because I know how to walk away too, right? 50, it would be between 1,000 and 1,500. And people would be like, Doc, that's too much, man. I could get it for five. I kind of feel like if you're pushing for five, though, you're really going to be dealing with some gutter hoes. That's why I say on average, I probably wouldn't spend more than 1,000. 1,500 top end, easy. So if you average out that I wouldn't spend more than 1,000 on any girl, whatever activity chosen, food, etc., if that's what it goes to, I'm telling you right now, I would not spend more than 1,000. So I'd be getting 100,000 bitches. 100,000. That sounds crazy, don't it? 100,000 females on 100,000 budget. 1,000 apiece. That's doable for me, and I'll make sure that I stick to the budget. Like I said, anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500. He said, Doc, I remember going upstairs for some career stuff as treatment, and the shit looked like some old back alley ad in wine cellar. Still got the dome, though. Yes, sir. You will not turn it away, man. And I'm not mad at you for not doing that. He said, it's not the smell, it's the look. the look of the female, but most of the time there's a smell that comes with it. I don't know, man. I think it's just I'm really overly sensitive to that shit now since I've been exposed to it a lot when I was a kid, a kid being 17. But my exposure to it won't allow me to deal with anybody that works in the industry like that. I'm not saying that girls that don't work in the industry aren't dirty, because you guys, like, to be honest with you, you know what's funny? If you think about it out loud, and this is the truth, and Doc told you he was gonna pack this bitch full of gems, and here's one for you. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. My man said not gonna be trolling squatter areas for 500 peso girls. No, it's not how it works, son. Not how it works for me. I'm telling you, anything less than 1,000 and 1,500, you're pushing it. You're really pushing it. There's a lot more that goes into it than the money. Money's just part of the factor. But I feel you. Anyway, back to what I was saying until I really interrupted myself. I can't remember my thoughts. Anyways, I'll get back to it if my mind is telling me no, but that body gonna get right. Big facts. Um, I was trying to remember what the hell I was about to say. But nah, man. On average, I probably spend about 1,000, 1,500. A lot of people don't know that I actually know how to talk to females. Like, that's one thing that a lot of guys can't fathom. Some people can't fathom that thought. You don't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to deal with gutter hoes. Part of my language. I just don't know your names individually. You don't necessarily have to deal with some gutter hoes in order to maximize a 100K budget. Nobody told me that there was a time limit on how fast I needed to spend that money too. So when you know that you got time and you can take your time on a 100K budget, 100,000, 100,000, yeah, 100K budget Philippine pesos, and you know you ain't got to rush into it. Oh, Doc know how to take his time. Speed it up, drop it down. He said, "What's good?" He said, "I'm taking over Thailand, motherfuckers. The Philippines is next." Ah, you know what? You want to know what the gym is, man? Say no to drugs, bro. That's the gym of the evening. Say no to drugs. It's not about the money. it's not. It's not about the money. No, you gonna have to pay. I never told y'all I was gonna fuck for free. That's where I think the common misconception is. I never said anything about fucking for free. That's why the 100K budget exists. You're gonna have to spend some money, but how you choose to spend that money differs between people. Now again, you can say, Doc, man, what are you talking about? Filipinos, they only love the money, man. As long as you come with the money, you're good. You're absolutely correct. But I'm not required by law to drop 5,000, 10,000 on a chick just because they asked for it. That much. If you don't know how to walk away, like I told you before, guess what? Then you're gonna be paying top dollar. We had this conversation earlier. Had that conversation earlier. Red, I did it myself years ago too, sir, but I'm only able to talk about it now. We all did things that I wish I could go back in time, but it's fine. He said just go to BGC, spend some game, and come in proper. Follow what Doc says, 1 to 50K for food and drinks, and you'll be a good time with the peanut. See, Mike, they don't understand that part. They don't understand that you can have a genuine conversation. You can sit over some food. When you put some food in a Filipino stomach, I told y'all that. Them bitches will be acquiescent to your whims. They will. Nobody wants to hear that part, right? Nobody actually believes that if you feed a Filipino, that they will not be open to damn near whatever you suggest. 1,000 to 1,500 allocated for the activity of whatever you choose to lock in on. Nobody wants to believe it's Mike. It's almost impossible for me to explain to people that you can actually utilize a 1,000 to 1,500 peso budget and actually get laid. I'm talking out the side of my neck, right? See, this right here, this is always going to be the biggest disconnect. I can tell you how to do it. But I just feel like because a lot of guys believe it's just easier to tell them the number and get laid and they don't want to put in the work, that's why they're going to spend more money than I ever will. But hey, nobody wants to believe that it's actually fucking possible. That should be killing me. No, it kills me that nobody wants to believe that 1,500 is going to actually get you a decent female. Everybody believes that 1,500 you got to be dealing with gutter hoes. No, you do not. But again, I don't know shit, bro. I don't know nothing. I'm just talking to myself now. My man said I spent 20K in AC and locked that shit down. And I believe that you did, sir. Look, if you got it like that, I ain't even gonna worry about it. My man said, "Heck, a good conversation in the vente locked in will get you a girl." Mike, nobody wants to believe that shit. Right there, right there, and you're talking to somebody who's been doing this probably the same amount of time, if not longer than me. I bet you, I bet you, right? Because if you don't want to believe me, if you don't want to believe Doc, ask Calvin, ask Sunshine Shoulders, right? Ask him. Ask him the exact same question. Ask him, is it possible to get with a female with just dinner and good conversation or coffee and good conversation? Can you get laid on coffee and good conversation? Can you get laid on a Jolly Bee meal and good conversation? Fill them up, watch it go. But nobody, dude, ask your favorite sorry, YouTuber. Don't ask a Filipino because they're probably gonna be like, how dare you think we're that easy? No, it's that easy. It's that easy. Good conversation, fill them up. But I'm dumb, man. It's just easier to spend the money, Mike. It's easier to spend the money. Everybody want to spend the money. Why am I got a 100K budget knowing what I know and I'm just gonna pay 3,000, 5,000 a pop? For what? I don't have to. Nobody wants to think. Again, there was no time limit, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody said that you only got 100K in 24 hours to spend it or some shit. No, I got time. So trust me, I'm gonna take my time. It's light work, man. Mm, mm-mm. All I gotta do is pay for them to go home. But I'm crazy. I'm so out of pocket, right? I'm so crazy. It don't work that way, Doc. Pay him. Pay him. That's why a lot of us will never be able to connect. I can tell you everything that you need to know, and I'm pretty sure other people will tell you the exact same thing. But you would rather still spend the money. He said just a badass hotel and they will come for free. That is true. If you have a good location with a view, oh, you can get some girls in your hotel room with that too. I'm not gonna say, but sometimes them badass hotels, man, they cost a lot. You gotta have a great view for that shit. Mm. He says I can't do bar girls in the Philippines anymore. I'm looking for a quality female, and you can find that. I tell guys go for college educated girls. Definitely a big difference. I agree. Very big difference. Talking to somebody who went with him. He said feeding them takes too long. I get it. I understand. When you can pay for it, it's so much easier. I know. I know. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I understand. If you want to pay for it, do that. He said I stayed hitting for 40K and 60K at Casino Filipino. I could get past. He said I couldn't get past 69K on Baccarat online. It was always part time excellent, like party time excellent, like Wayne, bro. I love going to the casinos. I just can't gamble, bro. I don't trust these motherfuckers. I think they be trying to take my money. They don't know about the 4F. Find them, feed them, F them, forget them. It's all possible. No, but I mean, look, I know Red knows, man, because he's gonna find a way to spend as little money as humanly possible. So take it from somebody who is gonna utilize whatever he can to spend as minimal amount of money as humanly possible to get it. To tell me that 100K budget, to tell me you can't stretch that budget, man, that hurts my feelings, man. Marcus, what's good with you, pimping? My man said Kevin goes to the thrift stores. I don't know that. Is he going to pick up? No, I don't. Never mind. Anyways, like I said, you ask him if it works the exact same way. My man said, definitely, Mike. Upgrader with some mung in the salad, some unlimited rice. Oh my God, bro. You had that bitch ready to go quick. Cause she gonna need a place to lay down and lay off of it. But what do I know? Frank. Okay, Frank. I like that conversation. You said, of course you can because you are a foreigner. I like that. A lot of people don't understand that being a foreigner is actually a pretty good thing for you. It works for you. Your money doesn't have to speak for you all the time. It does not have to speak for you all the time. Now, I will say this. There will be some girls that will be after you because you are the foreigner and they think that you have resources. Check. There will be a lot of that. But you can also use it in another way as well. But nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. It can work for you, but it doesn't always work for you. That's the best way for me to put it. A lot of foreigners cannot really do that. It takes time, but it does not hurt you to be a foreigner in the process. He said you may Filipinos do have a preference, and you still need to be able to close. Closing is not as hard as people make it out to, but it can be difficult. Not everybody's going to be able to close. But what I will say, if you give it enough time, I promise you, the shit starts to become easier over time. Guys on vacation don't have the time. True. Like I said, there was no see the thing is what before we read anymore, the thing was specifically there was no limit on how much time I had to spend that 100K to get laid. There was no limit on it. Give me time, I got all day. Best way for me to put it. He said, yes, 1,500 million coffee days could get you laid, but you may have to go on a few dates. Maybe one or two, maybe. He said, some of these dudes ain't got time for it, but to each their own. Oh, yeah. I understand if time is not of the essence. I understand you're gonna just use your wallet. It's easier. If you're not willing to put forth that effort, I understand you're gonna use money. Easy. But I do believe that if you practice certain key things, it could definitely benefit you. Mike, don't tell him to grab ass. But yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not gonna sit there and say, yo, we're gonna close on day one, man. First date, first girl closing. Easy. Again, I know that if I know what I know now and 100K was my budget, I could definitely stretch that bitch. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying my first time in not knowing anything, I'm gonna be able to do it that way. But knowing what I know now, and if I had a 100K budget specifically set aside for that, I got that. I've never been to AC like that, Pippin. Mm. Anthony, what's good, man? Tacloban, never been, man. You might need to ask somebody else in the chat, Chief, because I ain't never been there myself. He says, "Oh, buddy, Mark Nowhere be video be hating on foreigners, bro." I've heard about the videos. I've never really watched one, and I probably should, but I've heard about him, and I've heard that there's a lot of people that he may interview that may not have not so nice things to say about foreigners. I get it. But again, you have some in the country that perpetuate this negative attitude and perception and stuff like that. So they're going to have their opinions. I have to be able to accept that not every Filipino is going to want me. Not every Filipino is going to be happy with me being in their country. For me, it's kind of like, look, man, if you care enough to get to know me and I'm around and that's it, cool. If we don't rock like that, cool too. I can't sit there and force it. I'm not gonna force you to like me. But if you get to know me honestly, you'll realize, look, man, this guy is not a bad dude. So he gets a pass. But there are a lot of guys who come through perpetuating that negative narrative. I don't know if the hatred is more towards the white guys or just foreigners in general, because they probably don't hate Koreans like that. They probably don't hate the Japanese or the Chinese like that, but more or less probably the Western foreigner they'll probably have more of an issue with. um, yeah, you guys are talking to each other. All right, guys, but like I said, man, I can't even remember how I started. Okay, I remember my fucking story. Even as a rock star, guys, like I said, you can always be told no. Going back to what my man said about Mark Nowhere, man, there are some Filipinos that don't like us in the country. There are some Filipinos that don't like you. Again, it is a matter of preference. They can say yes, they can say no. You can do everything that you can, thinking that the girl's going to be down for you, and realize that she is not down for you at all. It's okay. It's a part of the process. That's how I process. I understand now that I'll probably hear no more than I hear yes. So it's okay as long as you have that in you, but you can't get upset, you can't get mad, you can't feel a disdain or a feeling or getting your feelings about the idea that some Filipino doesn't want to rock with you or some Filipino don't want to talk to you because you're the foreigner and you're just here to waste their time and you're not really their type or whatever. You can't get mad at a Filipino for having a preference. No different than they can get mad at us for having a preference. You know what I mean? We all have preferences, gents. We all like what we like. Huh? Some of us like them thick. Some of us like them petite. So I would hope that if you're dealing with a young lady that is of a smaller build or frame, and you tell her, I'm not really interested in you because you don't fit my body type. If she says, well, I don't like you because you white, I don't like you because you black. Hey, man, that is what preferences are for. But I will say this. No is a term that I've learned to utilize to my advantage, and I hope that you guys learn to utilize it to your advantages as well. All right. He said, I like my odds in the Philippines better than the Matrix. Frank, I like our odds in the Philippines better than the Matrix as well. I truly do. I think it always works for everybody in charge. Marcus said he like them petite. Some of them like them thick. Sometimes you may have a big girl that sometimes you may have a big girl that likes I'm sorry, sometimes you may be dealing with a girl that likes to eat. You realize that's too big for you. Ain't my type. Again, that's what preferences are for. That's it. I can't get mad at you for liking this guy over me. That's what you like. My man said my wife is from near the area of Tacloban, and we've been married going on 8 years now. Congratulations, man. Best decision I ever made. Flying over to the Philippines and meeting her. Black American men should go to the Philippines. Touche, my boy. Touche. Touche, man. We all can share in wonderful experiences and stories. I say we should all be willing to at least give it a try. The old college try, man. If you've been dealing with women that you can't stand for the last longest, why don't you try something new? It ain't gonna hurt you to try something new. Give it the old college try, bro. My man says there are the old Western women that don't respect their elders. Come on, man. If I say it once, I'll say it again. If you're not even thinking about it, I can't help you. All it takes is a thought, man. You're not gonna find like a lot of them, but there be some girls over there, bro. They be over there. They be. Yeah, well, actually, I guess it depends on how you define big. They won't be U.S. big, believe that. They won't necessarily make the weight U.S. big, but there be some thicky ones over there, bro. Let's not. I can't let that one go because I've seen it myself. Seen it myself. All right. Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that I have given you as much time as I possibly can. All right. And I love y'all. I truly do. For my silent partners, the 25 watching, the silent partners, aka the ones that sit in the background and just enjoy the show, thank you. I love you. You guys are awesome. All right. My man says, can we get a money hack stream so I can afford to move? I'm not sure if I'm the one for that one, my boy. I wish I could tell you everything you need to know, but I can't do you that good. I wish I could. Marcus, man, they might be big, but they ain't U.S. big, boy. Good God Almighty. My preference in Asian women, my preference in Asian women, but where I'm from, they want white men because you know how that they push the westernized on the the westernized push by the family. I know what you mean. If they get US big, I'm going to another country. Boom. Woo! Nobody want them that big, bro. Golly. Woo! Ooh. Find a Filipino pushing 250. God damn. Pushing 200. God damn. Pushing 180. Huh? Unless that 180 is a bad bill bitch, bro. Ooh, ooh, that's scary to think. Scary. That's scary thought, man. Unless it's all, I can't even say, even if it's all in the hips and ass, it just makes her body look weird. Never mind. Again, we all have preferences, gents. You prefer what you prefer. I prefer what I prefer, and we can prefer together whatever it is that we prefer. All right. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the Dr. Mike TV experience. If you did, you know you need to be dropping them likes on this video, right? Y'all know the good doc needs a drop of a like on this video. Again, to my silent partners in the background, thank you. For the ones that just sit here and enjoy the show, hang out, just politic or listen in, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Right? For whatever reason you're listening to me, whatever you're doing while you're listening to me, thank you for tuning in. You guys make this channel more significant than you will ever know. I And to all of my gentlemen who participate in the chat, big salute to you guys, man. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support, man. You guys make this worthwhile for me because you give me things to talk about and other things to consider in reference to the topics of conversations that we cover. Okay. So last comments, man. Some badass 180 pounders, bro. Like I said, man, if you got that stuff flowing in the right places, hey, I can't hate. Maybe got some front, back, and side to side. Touche, my boy. Touche. 180. Fuck, bro. That's that. Bitch got goddamn orbit ass or some shit. But big facts. Anyways, I thank you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you guys for locking in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. You already know what to do if you did, man. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I would encourage you guys to invite one person to check out the Good Doc Dr. Mike TV, man. I see 23 in the building, man. Just invite one person. Somebody that you may be thinking about traveling with, somebody who may have an interest in traveling to the Philippines, somebody you'd be like, you know what, man, that's not that bad. You know what I mean? Maybe I can introduce him to a friend. So, man, if you want to introduce me to somebody, that would be awesome. I think I would appreciate that more than anything. Share a video, lock in with me, drop your like, do what you need to do. I appreciate you. All right. Unless you guys got anything to say, I'm gonna let y'all go and get to getting so I can go ahead and do my thing, man. If you guys don't have anything else to say, it is time for the good doc to go on about his business. So, with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least knuckle, which means I am going now. Bye bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Mabuhay. Peace.